loves, thank you for joining me on my channel today. I'm back with the June wrap up. Sorry it's about a week late. I had planned to do it last week but it just didn't happen, so I thought I'd do it today. If you see me wiping my eyes today, excuse me, but it's just allergies. We've had a lot of wind the last few days, so it's made allergies flare up, and my allergies tend to get my eyes, so that's what that's all about. I'm going to start off by doing some shout outs. First of all, a shout out to Priscilla and Chelsea from the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch, and a big congratulations to Chelsea on having baby Cash. He's just gorgeous. The next one is Crafting Between Stitches, Samantha. Her channel's awesome. I love her channel. So if you're not already following her or haven't seen any of her videos, go and check her out. She's awesome. Another new one that's new to me, she's got about 9 or so videos, but she's new to me, is Jeannie Schwartz. I hope I've said that right. It's either Jeannie or Janie Schwartz. And then one of my all-time favorites, apart from Priscilla and Chelsea, is Cindy from Cindy's Cross Stitch. She is so inspirational and I just love her videos. I love the way she finishes things. I'm sure you're probably already following her, but if you're not, go and check her videos out. Another one is Mandy Youngblood on YouTube. You can also find her under Amanda Youngblood on Instagram as well. If you haven't watched her videos, go and check her videos out. She's awesome as well. And then Shannon from Shannon Stitching 85. I love her videos as well. So if you are interested in checking out some more videos, go and watch all of those videos because they are great. Looks like the lighting's being a bit weird today, so there's a lot of sun coming in my side window today, and it seems like the lighting keeps going a bit funky at times, so I apologise for that. Hopefully it won't be too bad. So I've got a lot to share with you guys today. I've only got 3 cross stitch finishes from June, but then I've got 2 work in progresses that I've been working on. And then I have some knitting and crochet, and I have a lot of haul and a couple of quilts that I've made this month, or quilt tops. I haven't gotten to quilting them yet. So I'm going to start off with the cross stitch finishes that I did for June. So my first finish that I did is Sunshine on a Stem from... Now I've lost the name. I'll have to link the pattern below. My brain's gone again at the moment. So that's that one. I did show it quickly at the end of my video for the May wrap up, but I did like a Priscilla finish on it. Did the chalkboard board. This was an MDF piece that was already pre-cut from Spotlight. And then I just chalkboard painted it, and then did the fabric mounted piece behind the cross stitch piece and added the flowers at the top. But I really love this piece. Oh, that's right, it's from Hands On Designs. I should bring my patterns out with me when I do them, but I keep forgetting to grab them when I'm trying to collect everything together to film. But so that's that piece. That's a closer look of the stitching. I changed up my colours. I'd seen Cindy from Cindy's Cross Stitch had done it, and she changed up her colours, and I really liked the little bit brighter colours for the jar and the Sunshine on a Stem. So I changed mine up as well, as I liked that. So that's that one. And then the next one that I did. I did this piece. This piece was out of a Just Cross Stitch magazine. I can't remember which one. I'll link it when I go to do the video, when I upload the video. And it just says winter, and then it's just got the border around it. So then I did this on tea coffee dyed fabric or just coffee dyed, I can't remember, and baked it in the oven. And then I added these button flowers with the rosettes in the middle and just some fabric and lace, and I added this crocheted flower that I had already had sitting around that I made a while ago. And then I've mounted it onto mat board, and then I mounted the back with this fabric here onto mat board as well, and then joined them together and stitched around the edge and did the chenille edging on it just like you would an ornament. And then I just have that sitting in an easel on my fireplace mantle. But I really quite liked that for a finish. It was a lot of stitching to stitch the edge close, but it was well worth it to get a nice finish. That wasn't my original plan. My original plan was then to have it mounted onto something else, but my plan didn't work out. I did put magnets in the back of this. Sorry, not magnets, washers in the back of this. And I was going to magnet it to something, but the magnets I have didn't work at the moment. So when I get some better magnets, I will do that option then. So, but for now I like that just like that. And then this was another one from the Just Cross Stitch magazine, one of the ornament issues. So I have the Just Cross Stitch magazines in digital format, so I don't really have the patterns out. But I did, it's going to be hard to get you to see it. That's it, that's better. So I did, it's A Very Merry Christmas to You. And I've done it on some turquoise Aida, 14 count Aida that I had coloured when I was doing the acrylic paint method for colouring. So that's turned out really good. And then that's the back fabric that I used. It's so cute, this fabric. I've had this fabric quite a few years now from Spotlight, from patchworking. And then I've bought quite a few different yarns just from Spotlight and Big W and stuff that are like a, you know, a funky kind of yarn. And so that's what I've used on the edging for this ornament, and it works out perfectly. And then I've got the chenille that I just made the little hanger out of. So that's another ornament. I did plan to get a lot more stitching done this month. I was hoping to do 2 ornaments, but I started the second one, which is this Pen Pals from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Here Comes Santa Claus. So that's that design, what that looks like. And then this is my progress that I did, excuse me, on that one. And again, this is on the Aida that was coloured with the chalkboard, with the acrylic paint. So that's my progress on that, and I was hoping to get that one finished off and then get some started on another project, but I then got hooked into doing a couple of patchwork quilts, which I will talk about later. So I really wanted to have a floral quilt top that I really wanted to get done, and my Australia flag quilt top. So I spent about a week and a half, 2 weeks putting those quilt tops together. And then I had all intentions to get them quilted, but then I got an attack of the lazies and started painting some furniture, so didn't get there. But anyway, and then my next work in progress that I'm working on, I technically started this on the 1st of July. Now, I'm doing this is a full coverage Heaven and Earth design. I'm working on this because I joined a challenge with, I think it's Stitch Talk, 100 Days of Hade. So the challenge is to work on this every single day for 100 days straight. You only have to do a minimum of 1 stitch a day to count. So I started this on the 1st of July just because I wanted to test out doing tent stitch or continental tent stitch for this piece. to see if I liked it better than doing full crosses for full coverage. So I actually started on the 1st, and then the challenge started on the 2nd. So, or in Australia, it was actually technically almost the 3rd. But I started that, and I've been working on that every single day. So I'll just... So the piece that I've chosen to work on for that is A Colourful Past, and the artwork is by Jane Wooster Scott, which is this piece here. Now I wanted to test stitching this piece in the 10th stitch because the top of it has a lot of black and dark navy. So I wanted to see how well the coverage was with 10th stitch. And although it's a little bit gappy, it's actually not too bad. Like from a distance you cannot see it at all. But there is a few little specks that you can see little gaps on, but it's nothing major. So that's my progress so far on that for, I think we're on day 6 still at the moment. So that's 6 days of progress on that. So it's exciting now that some of the tree, just starting to get the top of this tree in here, which is really exciting. So I'm really exciting now. It's starting to get some progress into not just black and navy. But doing the black and navy has made it go quickly because there was a lot of bulk colour and not confetti. So that's my progress on that. Now this challenge goes for 100 days, like I said. So we've still got a while to go. So I will keep you guys updated with my progress on that. It's been really fun actually, and I've really gotten into stitching on this piece, and I think doing a challenge like that, it keeps you motivated to want to stitch. The registrations have closed now. They did a second chance registration yesterday, which I believe closes today. But that's really fun. Excuse me for a minute. So I'm really enjoying working on that piece. But so my plan for July now is to work a little bit on this each day and then get into a few other projects, because I have some other projects I really need to get stitched. I want to work on a present for my mum, which I started last year, so I'm going to get stuck into working on that. And I really want to get my quilts quilted this month as well, and try and finish off this ornament. So my plan is to try and do like maybe 50 or 100 stitches each day on the Haid, and then follow into doing a bit of work on a few other things. So that's all the stitching that I have for you guys today. I'm just going to show you some progress on a few other things before I go into haul. So if you remember from my last video, I showed a knitted blanket that I was working on, a chunky knitted blanket. So this is it now. I've made quite a lot of progress. It's hard to get it all in the picture, but that's where it starts. It goes all the way down. So I'm about halfway through the 3rd ball on this now. This is the texture that it's got. Like, it's got all different yarns in it that are in the one ball of yarn. So I've made quite a bit of progress on that knitted piece. Like I said, I'm halfway through the 3rd ball, and I'm probably going to need at least 1 more ball, but maybe 2 more balls of it before I get it finished. So I'm hoping to get that finished off in the next few weeks as well. And then I got bitten by the yarn bug by doing that. And I really wanted to get back into, excuse me, doing some crochet. So, excuse me, indigestion from the cup of tea straight away. So I started doing these daisy crochet squares. This lighting's being a little funky. Let me see if I can move it a little bit. Move around just a little bit. So that's the daisy crochet squares. This was a free pattern that I found online from Tilly's Tulips, I think she's called. She had a free pattern on it. So I really like that. I'm doing the yellow, the white and the blue. And I think that moving that has made it worse. Nope, I cannot get this lighting good today. So that's those. And I've done 35 blocks so far in the last 2 weeks of these. So I need to, I think I worked out that I need to do 100. I'm going to do 100, so I'm going to do 10 by 10 and then do a border around that as well. So that'll make it a pretty good size blanket. It'll make it about 150-ish square. So I think the 10 by 10 blocks will be about 135, and then by the time I add a couple of borders that I plan to add, it'll be about 150 hopefully. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let me just move this up there. Now I'm just going to show you a very quick glimpse at the quilts, and I will put pictures of these at the end, put a bit of video in at the end of the quilts that I've done, because they're a bit too big for me to hold up in the camera. But so this is the first one. I've just done 10 by 10 squares. Let's move back a little so you can see a little bit more. Hold it up like this. Just done 10 by 10 squares of these floral prints, and then I've added in some chenille fabric and some minky fabric. Let's pop that over there on that one. I have more of the floral that I want to do another quilt with. I'm going to do a square and a square quilt with, I think. Then my other big, huge piece that I've done, it's going to be very hard to show this one because this is the Australia flag quilt. Sarah Filkey is the designer for this Australia flag quilt, and it was in, I think, Quilting Companion. I think it was that quilting magazine a few years ago. So that's part of the Union Jack. Like I said, this one is massive. I changed mine up a little bit. I will put pictures at the end because it's so big, but you won't get a really good picture of that one until I've got it quilted and I go and put it out for photos properly. Because at the moment at the quilt top stage, I've only taken photos on our bed because it was so big and well, it was raining at the time. But that one there is about 3 meters wide by 2.1 meters in length. So it's actually quite a large quilt. It's going to take a bit to get quilted, that piece, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. It's turned out awesome. So that is the end of what I have to show you guys, except for haul. So if you guys that are interested in haul can click out now, and I'm going to get into showing you guys some haul. I do have quite a bit of haul today. I bought a fair bit secondhand this time around. I've been lucky enough to get some good purchases secondhand, which has been awesome. The first thing I would like to show you guys though, this is something that I've wanted for ages and I ended up finding in council cleanup, so I was thrilled to pieces, and that is this vintage wooden sewing box that folds out. Oops, so it all folds out like the expandable accordion style ones. So that was that piece. I will show a bit of video of that at the end. And then yesterday, to top that piece, I found a sewing box table. The exterior of it is pretty scratched up. It's not damaged at all. It just needs a paint job. So I'm going to be painting it white eventually. And then I will add video of that because it's too big for me to pick up and show you guys. It's kind of heavy as well. But when I spotted it yesterday from the side when we were driving around, And as we drove past it, there was a guy looking at it, and he'd lifted the lid up. Now, it was only because he lifted the lid up that I realised it was a sewing box. If he hadn't have done that, I would have just thought it was a table. But he'd lifted the lid up, and I said to my husband, "Oh, hope he doesn't take that. I want that. That's mine." And so we went and turned around, and by the time I got back there, he'd walked off and gotten in his car and didn't pick it up, changed his mind. So of course I snavelled it because I knew straight away what it was. And it's turned out awesome. Although I've got some pictures that I took of it yesterday, and the cat's climbed inside of it already, like it's a cat cubby. But of course the lid will be closed on it, so he won't be able to get in it anyway after that. So that's those two I'm including in haul, although they were both free. So I got those. And then I've wanted Paula Vaughan's Quilts for All Seasons book for quite a while now. Obviously, you know, I've said it before, anything with quilts in it, I'm hooked. I want to stitch it because that's my thing. I love quilting and stuff, and anything that's kind of vintagey farmhouse looking. So that's the Quilts for All Seasons from Paula Vaughan book. Cost a bomb, this one, to get to Australia. I think it was $21 Australian for the book, but then it cost me $29 in postage. But the way I look at it, although that's expensive, that's like $50. Although that's expensive, it's got 12 patterns in it. And if you were to buy a PDF pattern or any other pattern, you're paying $6, $8, $10, $12 for a pattern anyway. And sometimes more for one pattern. So for 12 patterns, I still think that's pretty reasonable. And it's ones that I know I really want to stitch. The one I really desperately want to stitch first, let me just find it. The one I desperately want to stitch first is 42. Is August. I really want to stitch this one. I don't know why, but it just, every time I look at this one or I've seen a picture of this one, it just catches my eye. So that's probably going to be my first one that I do. Although that might not happen till next year because I want to try and get some of my whips down first. So that's that one. So I got that book. I'm excited because I can put these away now into my room. So then I got from Facebook Marketplace last weekend, there was a lady who had listed 6 cross stitch books for $15, I think it was. Excuse me for a minute. But by the time I messaged her, somebody else had already said they were going to come and get it. So I said, okay, fine. If they change their mind, just let me know. And then a few hours later, she messaged me and said that the lady had picked them up, but she'd found 2 other books since then. And if I wanted the 2, I could have the 2 for $5. So of course I said yes. And they're both Christmas ones, which is up my alley as well, with my love of Christmas. So this is the first one. 250 Christmas cookies. Quickies, sorry, not cookies. Cookies on the brain. So that's that one. So that has got quite a few books, Christmas stitches, and the nice quick ones. So that'll be really good for me to do as some ornament finishes as well, probably. And that's a Leisure Arts book. And from the price tag that's been taken off, it looks like that one was from Spotlight. And then the next book that I got was from Sam Hawkins. It's Sam Hawkins. Excuse me. 520 Christmas cross-stitch designs, which is that one. And once again, this has got a lot of small cross stitch Christmas stitches in it, which will be awesome for ornaments as well. Although I've got tons already to stitch from the magazines, but you know, one day if I live to 200, I might get everything done that I would like to get done. But a lot of the quick ornament ones are quick, and you can get 1 or 2 done in a day if you really wanted to. So then I also ordered, let's take these out of that plastic bag. So I've ordered 2 PDF patterns as well. Just try and see if it tells me who they're from, because I can't remember. Not sure. I'll link it below anyway. So that's, whoopsies. This is the Little Red House Christmas cross stitch. It's another full coverage piece, but I really like this one. It's like a red barn house with the snow. It's just beautiful. I love it. So that's that one. And then the second PDF one I bought, which is also another full coverage piece, because apparently I'm going to be living for a few hundred years, is the Winter Barn. But as soon as a friend sent me the link for this, and straight away I knew I had to have this one. She knew as well, because it had the red barn, it's got the red cardinal in it, which is gorgeous, the red fence, the snow. She knows my love of stitching and the red barns and all of that. I just think it's all gorgeous. So this one here is an exclusive pattern to the crossstitchingstudio.com. So if you go to www.thecrossstitchingstudio as one word.com, that is who that one is through, and it's just amazing. I really want to start on this, but I'll probably wait till closer to Christmas. I want to get some progress done on the Heaven and Earth design that I'm working on for the 100 Days of Hade, and then once I've done that progress, I may start on this, because that's going to be getting closer to Christmas at that point. So that's that one. And then from a lady that's part of one of the Australian cross-stitching Facebook groups, she had some Paula Vaughan's, when I was talking about the Paula Vaughan patterns, she said she had some Paula Vaughan patterns as well available for sale. And so she sent me some pictures, and I ordered 5 off of her. They're only a couple of dollars each, $4 or $5 each. Some with 3, I think. So I ordered all the ones that had quilts pretty much. So I ordered this one here, which is Victory Garden. So I love that one. I love that one with the front porch and the Victorian style houses and stuff. And then I got Memories of Christmas, which I also love. Of course, I probably love all of them, but you know. Then I got Rose of Sharon, which is also really pretty. And I know if I don't get around to stitching some of these, my mum and my daughter will stitch them, so I don't really mind. I'll just pass on whatever I know I won't get to, because I know both of them would love stitching any of these that I've bought. So the same as the Christmas books and stuff, they're into doing a lot of cards and stuff, so they'll really enjoy those books if I don't get around to using them. So this one's Friendship Bouquet. Of course, they're all, like I said, they've all got quilts in them. I picked all the ones that she had that had quilts in them. The Fabric of Dreams, which is that one. And then after I got those ones, I went through her listing. I think it was a week later. I went through her listing that she had on Facebook, on the Facebook group of stuff that she was selling. I'm just going to try and get this out of its packaging so it doesn't have so much glare. Nope. Anyway, and these were all like between $2 and $5. This is the Country Diner. So it's got all of the... So this came from the same lady that I bought the leaflets for the Paula Vaughan Paula Vaughan patterns. This one here I love, like the Country Diner, and it's got peach pie, 10-cent coffee and pie, homemade apple pie, 5 cents, Blackberry Farms premium berries, fresh eggs, the strawberry patch. I've been really into chickens and bees and all of that kind of stitching, so I'm excited to stitch some of these, and they should stitch up pretty quickly, I think. So I really would like to try and get some of them done soon too. I picked a lot of country style ones from her collection that I bought from her. This one here is Just Us Chickens from Janet Cruz Designs, and it's got all chicken ones on it, which I cannot wait. I love this one at the bottom, and I love these two here. But how cute is that chicken clock as well? That's just so cute. So I can't wait to get started on that one. Then I got this one, which is Australian Counted Cross Stitch, Juniper Designs, and it's the fabric collector, and it's got these two in it. One that says, so it's the same pattern, it's just done on different fabrics. And it's she who dies with the most fabric wins. And of course that's a huge saying amongst us quilters. And I have a pretty extensive fabric collection that's escaped outside of my sewing room and is under our bed, in the attic, and in the spare bedroom. So it's kind of insulating the house right now, so to speak. So I need to get more quilting done as well. And then I got this Let's Talk Turkey. This is from Cross My Heart Ink. Excuse me. How cute are these designs? They're so stinking cute. The little chick. I love the cat with the birdhouse. I love the sunflower. I just love all of them, so I cannot wait. There's a bunny on the front. This bunny is so cute for Easter time. How cute would that be for Easter and spring? But anyway, so they're another lot that I'd like to get stitched. Then I got this one from her, which is from Heartstrings, and it's called Keeping Christmas. So that's got some really a really cute design in it as well. I think it's just the big one. Haven't even fully looked through some of these. Yeah, it's just this big one here, which is so cute again as well. And like I said, I know my daughter will, and my mum would like some of these anyway, if I don't get to them. And then I got this one, which is a Charles Wachowski, if I've said that right. The 4 Seasons. I wonder if it's got all 4 seasons. It does. How cute is this? So this is dimensions. Look at those cute houses. I love cross stitches with houses in it as well. So my favourite things for stitching is things with quilts, Christmas, Halloween, chickens, bees, and houses seem to be my sort of thing, and barns and stuff are sort of my thing that I like to stitch. So that's those. My favourite is probably this little blue house here, and then that one up there is a very close second. So I can't wait to get those stitched either. I don't know how big they are. And then I got this one, which is Countryside Quilts, which is this one here. How cute are they? It's got the little red barn, it's got the sunflower, corn. It's just adorable. I love this piece. So I'll be stitching that at some point too. And then the last of my secondhand patterns that I've bought. These come from somebody on Facebook Marketplace, and I think it cost me $4. These are the Prairie Schooler Santas, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Prairie Schooler, well, 6 Prairie Schooler Santas and 2 of the fairies, Prairie Fairies, for $4, and then I opted to get her just to post them to me because it was only $3 to post. It would have cost me more in petrol to go and get them. So I got the 1995 Santa. How cute's he? So I really want to add some of these to my, I might try and do a couple before Christmas if I can. The 1994 Santa. The 1989 Santa. The 2000 Santa. And 1997 Santa. 1996 Santa. And then I got the 1997 Prairie Fairy. That's kind of cute on the rabbit. How stinking cute is that? And then I got this Prairie Fairy, which is pretty much autumn or Halloween, I guess. And I like that too. So I might try and stitch that for Halloween this year. And then I had come in the second one, I think it is, to the Welcome to the Forest, finally came in. I've signed up for these, the Welcome to the Forest and the Farmhouse Christmas through Colour Cascades. So whenever they come in, she just sends an invoice for the two and then sends them out once you've paid your invoice. So I got that one. And then I got the Farmhouse Christmas, which is Grandma's Quilt one, which is part 5. I believe part 3 of the Forest, Welcome to the Forest, and part 6 of the Farmhouse Christmas has just arrived. So she'll be sending invoices soon for those. And then I also signed up through Tammy from Colour Cascades for the Cottage Garden Songbirds series. So this is the first one installment, and the other day I coloured my fabric ready for it. It turned out perfectly. I'm so thrilled with how that fabric turned out. I have a ton of cross stitch fabric because Spotlight did a clearance on them a couple of months ago, about the middle of last year, I guess. So I got them for like $5 to $15 a meter, and I just bought bulk of everything that I knew I would stitch on. So I have tons ready for whenever I need it for different projects. And I've been sharing it with my mum and my daughter and a friend as well. So that's that one. Now I'm thinking I'm going to do mine individually, so I'll be cutting mine up, and I need to overlock the edges. I finally dug out my overlocker yesterday. So, or Friday, I think. So that, I cannot wait to start as well. That's gorgeous, but I will be probably doing mine individually, I think. And so that's about it for today. Like I said, I also got into painting furniture this month, or for June. So I painted a camphor chest that I had with chalk paint. I made my own chalk paint and painted that one. And I repainted our coffee table and a writing desk. My plan is to also redo the table. I did our table quite a few months ago, a few years ago, to white. And I redid the chairs and I recovered the chairs. I need to repaint the tabletop because it's got some marks on it and stuff from painting and things like that. And I've been umming and ahhing what to do, and I've decided I really love the yellow, and I've done a lot of yellow accent touches in the lounge room, and started to bring that throughout the house. So I'm thinking I'm going to, I've already made up my chalk paint batch for the yellow because I painted something in it already. So I think I'm going to paint the tabletop in yellow. So I'm going to get around to that shortly. And then I have the sewing box table I want to paint, which I'll probably paint white. And then I have a hall stand that I found as well that I am hoping to paint up this month as well. So we'll get around to that hopefully. So I'll attach some pictures of what I've painted so far already at the end as well. So we'll add those pictures at the end for you guys of all of the quilts and those things. And I think that's about it for today. So I will end the video here and I will check in with you guys. I'll probably do an end of July update. But if you would like a cross stitch whip parade or a finishes parade of what I've finished so far, let me know in the comments and I will do that in between, like do that maybe next week or the week after, in between now and the July update. So that's about it. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. My Instagram will be linked below if you want to follow over there. You can see what I get up to a lot quicker than I'll probably post videos. And thank you guys for watching. Bye for now.